This is Tidal. We're on a mission to build a self-service loan origination platform, taking automation to a new level. I see we've got .ai note taker. Great. This is AI and ChatGPT based, and it's an end-to-end platform. So basically, we take everything from the front of the house with origination all the way through processing, underwriting, and to the close of the loan. So I don't know how many people in here have had a mortgage or a refi, purchase or refi. You can put that in the chat, but how Chuck and I were talking about that earlier, how interesting that can get when you have to deal with a lot of different requests for information, as well as underwriting documentation, et cetera. So it gets interesting very quickly. And we are doing that through AI. Our competitive advantages is that this is ChatGPT and it's AI powered. So we are building assumptions in based on debt to income ratio, things of that nature that could be with an underwriting brain. Takes a lot less time and makes it a lot more efficient. We have 24/7 consumer access and feedback to make sure that the loan processing speed is there with our assumptions. We have configurable underwriting guidelines that are enabling mortgage originators to roll out new loan products in real time, and also personalized eligibility and pricing. So what we're building right now is a proprietary mortgage engine, and the underwriting is the emphasis right now. So we have seasoned founders in the room. I am former Better, so I was telling Chuck my story. I've been in construction and home building and the finance of home building for the last 25 years. And so I met up with our co-founders when I was at Better Mortgage. So Diane Yu, Jack Dang, Chong Lee, and Doug Knopper when we were at Better. So we were automating the entire process of mortgage at Better and making it more efficient for all. Now we've taken it to AI with Tidal Wave. And so these are folks who are seasoned. They have spun up startups and been entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneurs several times over. I'll skip over this, but mortgage is coming back. I know that might scare some people, but it's going to come back. If you have been in this business like I have for 25 years, it ebbs and flows. I still say to people all the time, 6% doesn't crush me. I've seen it at 13%. So I see some nods in the room. So depending on your age, not to get ageist, but refi especially is going to come back in about the next year that we're seeing. And so what we're doing is preparing that. We're a beta company. We're not subscription based yet. And that's a bit of the ask later. This is not a pitch, but we are in search of strategic partners because we are bootstrap funded, going for Series A at the end of this year, looking to break the system by using loans. So that's why we're looking for a lender partner or a technology platform who will let us under the hood, which is why I'll fly through this. And why us? So we have a strong tech team. These are people that came out of mortgage, so they know what they're talking about, but they're also ex-Google and ex-Meta and have the technology and Silicon Valley background to know exactly what we're looking for in agile thinking and design thinking of not only do they take the mortgage data of 1,200 pages of use test case scenario, CFDI, you've got Fannie Freddie guidelines, data governance compliance, and pushing that into assumptions with AI and ChatGPT. In-depth mortgage experience, as I said, first mover advantage. So GPT is what we're following since AI was kind of the parent of this, and we're following what Google Lending Platform and everyone else is trying to get in terms of having a universal language in the AI space. Current solutions here are all over the place. So that's why we want end-to-end. Anyone in the mortgage space right now totally understands Encompass on the front of house. We've got Blend, who is there, which is a real first adopter in the AI space and has some partners, but it's more of a workflow solution. It's not actually taking the documentation and taking it to close. So a lot of great companies out there doing certain specific things along the mortgage spectrum, but not taking it end-to-end from your origination all the way to your closing. I'll skip over this. This is where we are right now, but basically we're in the build phase. So again, like I said, we're a beta company, we're a V 1.0, and we're building that mortgage engine and everything else exists. We are just trying to partner up with a strategic partner so that we can build more of Gen Z's assumptions into an underwriting database because they don't necessarily know debt to income ratio or some of the terms to ask for. So when you go to ChatGPT or you go to AI and you're testing it out and have to ask questions, to just like we have for Google for years, many of today's home buyers or refi are not understanding what to ask. They don't know what they're looking for. So you have to know what you're looking for when you are looking into AI solutions. So for us, we start with refinance. We're avoiding tech debt typical tech debt, I cannot speak today, tech debts like HUD-1, where AI chatbot and integrated design and available data. I'll keep out of that. This is our workflow. And anyone who would like to talk further, I'm happy to give you a bigger demo and go into the system. But really, this is just to challenge the folks in the room virtually of why do we need humans? Humans are great, but humans in terms of efficiency and speed, we're not looking to replace anyone in the room. We're not looking to replace a processor. We're not looking to replace an underwriter. The whole point of underwriting and document disclosure is basically to fund quality loans. So we want to continue to fund quality loans, but we want to help underwriters do the worst case scenarios so that we can automate the ones that aren't. How we succeed? Right now, we're in the tech phase. So we are a tech build in the next 3 quarters. Again, focused on that underwriting brain so that we can put, I mean, there's 10 million outcomes in a loan. And if you've been in this industry, I keep getting that it'll take 5 to 7 years to build this. So that's why we're focusing on one horizontal slice of the loan right now as a company. We're focused on the refi, because that's an easier assumption, term conventional loan refis with Fannie Freddie. And once we can make those assumptions, we can build into some of the more crazier cases and actually get into purchase. So we get into jumbo, et cetera. Refi deliverables are our Q1 deliverables right now that we are working on, and validation. So that's why we want to test it, break it, agile thinking, break it again. So we're a parallel path to a human right now. So that's a little less scary to folks as we're figuring out this whole AI space, right? We don't assume, nor do we want to completely replace humans in this process. We just want to make it more efficient, speedier, and actual correct information to close as fast as humanly possible. And I say humanly possible because it will be human assisted. It's a complementary insurance program that's basically a co-pilot system with a lender or technology platform system. And again, like I said, what makes us different in the competitive advantage versus some of those ones you saw on the screen, there's an underwriting brain that we're working on that's connected to ChatGPT. And as long as you build in the most assumptions for the future, it's well on its way. So bottom line cost to savings, there are a lot of subscription plans out there. We are not to market yet, but we are hoping that they are 9x, 10x our cost at the end of the day when we are ready to launch in 2024. So I'll skip that. Basically, these are our loan volume costs. We'll skip that as well because that's less for you all. And I'll stop sharing and come back. But that is Tidal Wave, and that's what we are trying to do in the universe, is to really automate this process, make it easier, and not like the DMV when you're going and getting your loan.
Well, thanks, Jimmy.